Hello everybody, how are you today? It's a super warm June evening here, and I've had a little bit of a change of decor. I'd normally use one of my reading cloths or sometimes a vintage scarf to sort of line my bureau desk, but I actually found this ceramic tile. We actually bought it for our late cat Dudley for the summer. He couldn't use one of those pet cooling mat things because he would just scratch through it. So we thought we'd try this because it's nice and cool for him to lay on. But being a typical cat, he completely ignored it. So bless him. I found it today and I thought, oh, do you know what? Actually, that might make quite a good little surface. So I got my stickers out. Got quite sticker happy with it, and I think it's kind of cute. We shall see. It may work, it may not. Well, let's see how it goes. So videos. I've been having a bit of a crisis of confidence, honestly, this week about my videos. Mostly because my inner saboteur has been telling me that my videos aren't interesting. I don't know enough. Any idea I have is a little bit boring or silly. The usual kind of stuff that you get told by that annoying voice in your head. So I've kind of pushed her to one side and told her to just go and sit down and take a chill. And I'm pressing on with this video. This video is going to be about some of my Oracle decks, because I don't mention them very much in videos, and they've kind of been a little bit neglected by me, really. I use one Oracle deck a month, and then I don't use them other than that, and I think that's a real shame. I've been kind of looking at pairings and stuff, but I thought it was about time that I got a few of my slightly neglected Oracle decks out and had a good look through them, reconnect with them, and I thought it might be quite nice if I did that with you guys alongside me. So I hope that's okay. I hope that you will enjoy looking at these decks and enjoy me waffling on. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. I've basically selected, I think, 10 decks, a couple of new ones, some older ones, and one special one. Okie dokie. So to start with, this is a fairly new deck. I think I've had it a couple of weeks, maybe. I had it on pre-order for ages. This is the Witch's Shadowwork Oracle by, excuse the pronunciation, Clare, Gogerty and Tijana Lukovic. Yeah, I was just so excited to get this because I really want to start looking at Shadowwork a little bit more. And I didn't at the time have an Oracle deck that I thought would be appropriate for that. So yeah, I pre-ordered this ages and ages ago, so I've been so excited for it to arrive. And instead of just kind of getting it out and spending time with it immediately, I just kind of flicked through it and went, yeah, that's cool, that'll work, I'll get that out. And then I put it on the shelf, and that's where it sat for the last couple of weeks. So, you know, I like these. You see, you get sort of meditations and rituals and activities you can do, which is quite cool. I love a guidebook that offers more than just the meanings. That's really cool. Yeah, so I'm not going to beat myself up about it. I have only had it a couple of weeks. So the cardstock's nice, but it's quite shiny. But I do need to use this deck and actually probably look through it properly, which I'm kind of doing with you now. So yeah, okay. Oh, this is 100% a Shadowwork deck. You can, oh god. Yeah, I'm starting to feel some emotions just actually looking at the cards and their titles before I even actually work with this deck. Yeah, this is my first time for actually kind of engaging with the cards in any way. And yeah, I'm oh, the Dancer card. I mean, there's some shadow work that needs doing right there. The life of a professional dancer, particularly when you're training, is brutal on the mental health at times. It's not a very forgiving industry in terms of building your self-confidence, honestly. So yeah, okay. Getting a bit deep now, so I'll just flick through rather than spend 4 hours showing you every single card. Yeah, but that's the Witch's Shadowwork Oracle, and I will definitely get that back off the shelf properly and work with it. Do you know what? I'm trying to put it away and it's ridiculous. I will be here all night. So look, there we go. That is the Witch's Shadowwork Oracle, and I will be using that soon. Okay, so the second Oracle deck that I'd like to show you kind of matches the aesthetic of my funky new tile, actually. Kind of woodlandy, mystical, toadstooly. Again, I'm inventing new words. But yes, this is the Wisdom of the Wild Things Oracle. And it's written, excuse me. It's written by Angi Sullins, and artwork is by, I want to say Evaboneva. I'm sorry if that's wrong. Genuinely. But yeah, this looks kind of cutesy. When you first look at the pictures on the back, you think, oh, it's a sort of cutesy deck, but it's not. It's got some kind of weird creepiness to it. I'd call this deck maybe creepy cute. I don't know. Anyway, but yes, you see, look, it's not an obviously cute deck when you actually get into it. Oh yes, it's got this little poem. I've heard her calling me late at night between the wind and the wings. My soul is a song she sings along, the green unfurling of leaves and loam. Her branches speak my truths alone. Tell the wild I'm coming home. Which is rather lovely. That's a gorgeous image. But yeah, I think my main reason for getting this was initially the aesthetic, and sort of the kind of wildwood sort of feel of it, I guess, in terms of the theme. But when I actually got it, when I received it, I thought, actually, this might make a really nice pairing for sort of the Nicoletta Ciccoli tarot, or a couple of the sort of Lucy Cavendish tarot decks, because the artwork has some similarities, which you'll maybe see more when I get the cards out. That's such a cool box. Look at that. So yeah, I think that was kind of my initial plan when I first received it, was to go, oh, actually, that might make a good pairing with some of those decks, but I've just not tried it out yet. I mean, I haven't had it that long, but long enough to at least have, given it a sort of second glance, or at least sort of tried it with at least one of the decks, and I just haven't managed to yet. I guess not enough hours in the day, too many decks, not enough time, but it certainly deserves more than just being sat on the shelf. And because I want to try and work a lot more with pairings now and sort of include Oracle a little bit more in my practice, I think this is probably one that I will definitely look at. And I think actually, yeah, you can see that sort of kind of similarities, if you like, or the sort of synchronicity perhaps with the Ciccoli. But see, I'm wondering, maybe Deviant Moon? It can maybe work with Deviant Moon. Yeah, I might try that as well. So, I mean, I think maybe that's a video that I'll do sort of in the near future. Sorry, I'm going to be blathering on forever if I don't just kind of flick through them. But yeah, I might do a little pairings video if anyone's interested in that, actually, because it's something that I haven't really done. So it would probably be a kind of baby's first pairings video. I don't know. Anywho, so yes. Oh, and it's got these really cool kind of almost matte, metallic, kind of gunmetal grey sides, which are really cool. Anyway, waffling done. That is the Wisdom of the Wild Things Oracle. Yeah. Okay, next up we have a deck that I bought for quite a specific reason. This is the Vintage Wisdom Oracle by Victoria Moseley. I bought this deck because I thought, again, thinking about future pairings, I thought that would really work nicely with the Relative Tarot. So that was initially my kind of first feeling about buying it when I was sort of toying with the idea of pairs. Sorry, please excuse my voice at the moment because I'm still a little bit under the weather from the lurgy and a little bit breathless. So, and at the rate of knots that I speak, that can sometimes be an issue. But yeah, anyway, back to the task at hand. So yes, the a bit slippery. The Vintage Wisdom Oracle. You'll see when we get to the cards, because I don't think, yeah. So the guidebook doesn't have any pictures in it. It's quite a sort of thin one. I love the backs of these cards. I think they're absolutely beautiful. So yeah, you'll see when we go through it, if you are familiar with the Relative Tarot, why I thought this might pair well with it. Yeah, and I love these cards. They're really beautiful. I hate the borders, but I think that's probably quite easy to deal with looking at the backs. They're so fab, but they're so, that's cute. They are so much like the Relative Tarot by Carrie Paris. Oh look, you see, get your bingo cards out. She's mentioning dance again. But yeah, so I that was my main reason for buying it. But actually, now I'm looking through it again. See, somebody suggested to me, actually, a few people have suggested to me to use the Relative Tarot for ancestor work. And I had a look at it and then I ruled it out a little bit. Just because the Celtic Tarot seemed to fit my family better. But now I'm looking at these cards. I'm wondering if actually working with the two together might also be an option for the ancestor work. We shall see. It's a work in progress. But yeah, I think maybe I will update you guys with if I actually do the pairings that's cute, that I intended with these decks, and if I end up using it for the ancestor work at all. But yeah, the poor thing, since I bought it, has been sat on a shelf and not been paired with anything. So this is another deck that needs a little bit of love, so I will ensure that it gets it. The Vintage Wisdom Oracle by Victoria Moseley. Next up, we have a deck which falls into my historical category. I don't know if I mentioned in previous videos that I really like medieval and Tudor history. I know those of you that did produce a Dragonfly Dilly bingo card will have that ticked off now. But it's, I've got it, I think I bought this because of the kind of medieval artwork. I know I bought it at the same time as the Lost Oracle, and I've used the Lost Oracle. it was one of my sort of monthly decks. But yeah, I've got a funny feeling maybe that I also intended to pair it with something. I think it could have been... So I'm looking over at my tarot shelf now. Possibly the old style tarot? Old English tarot maybe? I don't know, but I never did it. And actually that's the kind of theme of the video, isn't it? But oh yes, see, it's got all these correspondences and things on the cards. It's got sort of dates and botanical information, symbols, and I think it kind of gives you recipes and rituals and things that go with it as well, which I liked. I do like a sort of deck that has more than just keywords. But yeah, I've it's a lovely looking deck and I really like it. I haven't used it, and I want to. I mean, I think that's the point of this. I don't want to rehome the decks I've got today. These are decks that have been neglected, but I want to use. I need to use. They deserve use. So I'll just give you a quick flick through so that we're not here for the entire evening. But they're really gorgeous cards. They obviously appeal to the historian in me, and yeah, I think they'll work really nicely in a pairing. So yeah, look out for a pairings video coming soon when I finally actually use these cards for the purpose that I intended them for, rather than just sort of neglecting them. So yes, that one is the Enchanted Spell Oracle. Oh, sorry, that's by Priestess Moon. Now, some of you may have seen one of the previous videos I made in which I gave a shout out to a lovely indie creator called Donna Priest. I bought a few pre-loved decks from Donna, and she very kindly in my second order included one of her own self-published decks, which I mentioned in that video. I have since gone back to her Etsy shop and purchased this lovely little deck, Mysteries of the Forest. I guess initially, let's turn it around. I purchased this deck, I think, initially because I really wanted to support Donna's own work, but also because it's just right up my street. Mysteries of the Forest, Wildwood, that, you know, it's my thing. It's one of my things. This is such a sweet little guidebook. These little design elements in it. You know, you've got your keywords and so much information, affirmations in there. It's such a sort of complete guidebook, and so beautifully done for a self-published deck. I think it's gorgeous. The cardstock, I think, is really, really nice. I was really pleasantly surprised by the cardstock. It's a lovely sort of matte finish, and the backs are just gorgeous too. But yes, I think when I actually got the deck, what I realised was that it kind of connects me to the nature around me. So on the Isle of Wight, the red squirrel is our native species. We don't have greys here. A sparrowhawk, I will see sparrowhawks in my garden on the odd occasion. So yeah, I think that everything within this deck is something that I can see on the Isle of Wight most of the time, either in my garden or when I'm walking my dog. Yep, peacock butterfly, we have one of those in the garden today. I think quite recently otters have returned, quite nearby to where I am actually. I see these little flowers. I see them every single day on a dog walk. You know, so I love the nature here on the Isle of Wight. I love being in it. I love seeing the wildlife. And I think that because I recognise everything in this deck, it's a really beautiful connection to the places that I love and the things that I love. So I think my plan for this deck now, when it leaves the shelf that I put it on when I got it, is to make a little bedtime deck. I know that some people do that, and I've never had a sort of bedtime oracle deck, and I think this is a perfect little deck to do some little draws before bed from. So yes, that is Donna Priest's Mysteries of the Forest. So we stay on a foresty theme with the next Poor Neglected deck. And I love this one. It's so gorgeous. It doesn't deserve to just be sat on the shelf like it is. This is the Tree Keeper's Oracle. This one's also written by Angi Sullins, and the artwork is by Stephanie Law. Look at the butterflies on the box. They're so gorgeous. I just love this deck. I love the theme. Just the kind of atmosphere of this deck. The artwork. Look, you've got a little bag with it. Look as well. I'm not going to use it, but it's still a nice touch, right? Well, that's probably something I'll use for spell work or something, actually. Anyway, yeah, so I bought it for all the right reasons, because it really sort of sang to me. I've seen walkthroughs of it, and I thought, yeah, this is a deck for me. But I got it, flicked through it, went, yeah, it's great, I love it, and put it on the shelf, ready to use, and I haven't used it. I love, in this guidebook actually, one thing I do remember that I love is you get like kind of little close-ups of parts of the artwork on the description page, which I think is incredibly cute. Yeah, so it's a perfectly lovely guidebook, but wait till you see the cards. Oh, they're so gorgeous. If you haven't seen these before, they are just stunning. The box, look at that, it's just beautiful. I love the backs with the foxes. I love the gilt sides, because you know me, I love an edge. Oh, it's gone a bit, it's coming off a little bit there. Never mind. So yes, so I think I bought this one. I didn't buy this. Yep, loving the cardstock. I didn't buy this with any particular use in mind. I think this was one of those that was, I just love everything about this deck. I love the presentation, I love the theme, I love the artwork, I love the idea behind it, the atmosphere. But yeah, I didn't have a specific kind of idea in mind for how I would use this. But do you know, what is this reminding me of? I'm just thinking this artwork. Is it Shadowscapes? Does it look a bit Shadowscapey? I think it might be the Shadowscapes tarot I'm thinking of. And we may have another kind of pair emerging here. God, that pairings video is definitely making itself right now, isn't it? I think that's probably one of the next ones I'll film. But yeah, I think it's a gorgeous kind of idea, this deck. Everything is like the keeper of. And I really want to use it. There's no real reason why it's just been sat on the shelf since I bought it. Other than just, I guess, time and other decks have won out, or I've been spending loads of time really kind of learning and relearning my tarot, that it just hasn't had the attention it deserves, and that's such a shit. Look at that, so cute. Oh my god, I love this deck. Why have I left it on a shelf? Yeah, it's not okay. It's sort of, yeah, I would be using that, and I think I'm going to try that with the Shadowscapes. So there we go, use found for the Tree Keeper's Oracle. So it doesn't really make much sense that I haven't really used this next deck. I've had this longer than any of the others that I've shown in this video. This is Rebecca Campbell's Ancient Stones Oracle. I'm going to find this one quite difficult to explain. I will do the best I can with it. But, oh, what's this? That's some of the lamination coming away. Oh, that's annoying. I'm not sure. I think it must be. Yeah, anyway, so It's got a lovely guidebook. There's so much information in this guidebook before you even get to the cards. Even down to, if I can find it, I know lots of people don't like the boxes, but yeah, so this even shows you how you can use the box when you draw cards. So it's not just for storing the cards, if that makes sense, which is quite cool. There's loads of spreads and, like I said, loads of information before you even get to the card meanings, which is fab. Now, I think I need to show you the cards actually to really try and explain the thing with these cards. I've edged them in I don't know if that must be the lamination. I'll have to check that out. I've edged it in this kind of greeny blue, which is really which is a cool colour. Now, sorry, I love to check the cardstock. Okay, let me try and explain this. I have been including ancestor work in my practice probably since the beginning, and that has mostly taken the form of a sort of semi-regular meditation to connect with ancestors. Now, when I saw this deck, a lot of the images are very close to what I see in my head when I do that particular meditation. And I think that's the only way I can explain it. So in that sense, I have a really deep connection to this deck. It's just kind of this kind of ethereal colour scheme, and the way light is used in the artwork is the way I see light in those meditations, and specifically those meditations. So that's made this a really kind of special deck. But it's just been sitting on my shelf, and I don't know why. You would think that, given the way I connect with this deck, that I should have been using this all the time, but I think maybe I just haven't known how to combine it with the meditation aspect. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Maybe it's, again, a sort of inexperienced thing. But, yeah, I just see, look at the light. The light is completely how I see it in my head when I do the ancestral meditation. So I don't really understand why I haven't used it. But given that I am sort of concentrating and broadening my ancestor work, that's one of my plans for the next sort of month or so. I think I might try and find a place for this within that practice. I think I might try a bit harder because it's a special deck. Right, so the next one is a deck which I bought for practical reasons. I have a few pocket tarot decks which I love and I carry around with me. And I thought, well, I should probably have a pocket oracle as well. Now, I'd seen the full-size version of this on several channels, but I think it was Sylvie at Tarot Magpie that has the pocket edition of this. And when I saw it on her channel, I fell in love with it, and I thought, oh, okay, that's the pocket oracle I would like. It's got this lovely chunky little guidebook, which is adorable, and it's got the proper kind of two-part box that the full-size edition has. Sorry, just flicking through there. And so, yes, that was my reason. I have got a couple of pocket oracles now, but this is the first pocket oracle I bought. I love the cardstock on these. And they're gorgeous. They're really lovely. The backs are great. The artwork is beautiful. you get a lot of cards, and it's a really great deck. But have I taken it off the shelf and put it in my handbag along with my pocket tarot? No, I have not. Why? I don't know. Maybe I keep forgetting to. I like the mandrake. I don't have a good reason for it, which is ridiculous because I actually really love the deck. And if I had it in my handbag and I was in a place where I would be doing a kind of, I keep feeling the cards. They feel so good. If I was in a sort of place where I was going to do a tarot reading and I had this with me, I would pull an oracle with it as well. But I haven't, and that's just ridiculous because that's what I bought this deck for, and it hasn't fulfilled its purpose. There's no sort of excuse for that. It just hasn't happened. So getting this one out and going back through it and realising how lovely and tactile it is, how much I love the artwork in this deck. It's all just so gorgeous. There's absolutely no reason for me not to have used this deck, I don't think. So yeah, I'm glad I'm showing it some more love today. I'm giving it some proper attention, and yeah, that is going to go in my handbag with whichever particular pocket tarot I have. That's decision made. The Herbal Astrology Oracle is absolutely going to be used. Okay, the penultimate deck is this. It looks like a cute little deck, right? Because it's dinky. It's in a little drawstring bag. It's not cute. It's a lot darker than that. I got this for Christmas from my husband a couple of years ago. This is the Witchwood Oracle, the Red Thread Oracle. It's kind of got just a little tip on how to read, and sort of a sort of divination, I guess, fortune telling technique on that one. And then you get sort of, I think it's 4, maybe 5 cards, which have little quotes on. I'll just flick through those. And then you have the kind of the card meanings are on these little sort of separate cards. And then there we go. And then you get to the deck. And I think I'm so confused by this deck. I don't know if it's just me. I haven't read with it, and I've had it for, you know, like I say, sort of, I think it's probably the first Christmas that I had started learning tarot and oracle work. I think that's when I got this. So I've had it for ages, and it's just sort of been tucked away because whenever I've pulled it out, I've kind of not really known where to go with it. It's got this kind of the red thread through every one of the cards, hence the name, I guess. But I'm just, yeah, I can't make sense of this deck. I've read the meanings and gone through the cards. I have sat with it. I haven't specifically read with it, but I have kind of looked at the cards, read the meanings. But I still don't, I don't know, it's not that I can't connect with it. Well, maybe it is that I can't connect with it, but I think it's one of those decks that sort of deserves just a little bit more attention. So I intend to give it that. So for the last deck, we've got a complete 180 because I'm going to show you my most loved Oracle deck. So up until now, they've all been sort of ones that need more attention, but this one has had all the attention because I love it so, so much. This is the Solitary Witch. This is a Lucy Cavendish deck. And do you know what? I would find it almost impossible. I'm just looking over at my tarot shelf there now. I think I would find it almost impossible to pick an absolute firm favourite tarot deck. But this is, without a doubt, my absolute favourite oracle deck. Oh, hello. Okay. I'm guessing I put that in there for some reason. This shows you that it's been used. Okay. Perhaps it was a daily draw. I don't know. But yeah, I love that the guidebook is has kind of a little story for a lot of the cards before sort of the meanings and interpretation, and I love that. And it's such a lovely, gentle deck, and it's kind of a deck that says it's okay. So you can tell how much it's been used, because I haven't even got round to edging it. I haven't done that thing of going, oh, this is a nice new deck. I think it would look nice in that colour. And it's got like a little bow in the cards because it's been shuffled. And yeah, this is going to be another one that I'm going to probably kind of sort of struggle to articulate my love for this deck and why. I think the only way I can explain it is that it absolutely speaks of the path that I've been on for the last 2.5, 3 years, beginning with that sort of transformative tarot reading, finding the sort of, I guess, probably fulfilling the pagan side of me, the pagan part of my upbringing, really kind of embracing it and running with it, and then the sort of kind of addition, I suppose, of the witchcraft element, which is the newest sort of aspect to my journey, and also just choosing the path of a solitary witch, of being a solitary practitioner as well. It makes sense. Every card I draw speaks to a different part of that journey, or a different part of me, or a particular place that I'm at in that journey. It will just, I think it knows where I am, and it will give me the card I need for that moment. And it's very specifically linked to the spiritual path that I'm on. So this card came up at a really crucial time. I remember that particularly. So yeah, I think that's the best way I can describe this. I won't go through every single card as much as I want to. I get quite emotional. The little cat. Oh, I miss my little dud so much. Yeah, I could sit here and look at these cards for all day, and yeah, I have a real emotional attachment to these cards. I genuinely feel, oh gosh, they're so gorgeous as well. They're just beautifully made. So beautifully produced. The artwork is stunning, but I don't know how they do it. Ours is not to question why, I guess, but they just feel like my deck. It feels like it was produced just for me. I know it wasn't, but that's the feeling I get from it. And it's a very, very special, I think it's probably my most special deck, probably even out of my Oracle and Tarot combined. Yeah, this means a lot to me, this deck. It's a really special deck to me. I'd use it every day if I could. Solitary Witch. So there we are. I hope that you enjoyed the video, or at least got something from it that you can take away, or that was of interest. Well done if you got this far, if you got to the end. I think that I do need to give more attention to my Oracle decks. I think just having one deck a month that I draw one card from isn't enough. I really want to include them more in my practice. I want to explore pairings more than I have. And I think that's going to be a future video, I would think. So yeah, anyway, there we go. I hope you enjoyed it, and take care.